If you want variety, choose to do the balance component on a bath mat or a cushioned surface or on grass like I'm demonstrating.
So we're going to step back with that left foot, pause, bend that front knee, hands to the tee, like right from here, shift that weight. Now my foot's still going to be on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and take that leg to 7 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now come home. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Other leg. Step back with that right leg. Now we're going hands to that T position. Bend the knee, hinge forward, find that position where you start to feel it get warm. Take about 80% of the weight off, maybe 90. Go to that diagonal line, which means you're going to go with that leg going to 5 o'clock. 1, 2. Watch that knee. 3, no pain in the knee. 4, 5, come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come home. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. From here, just see what those hips feel like. Bend only your right knee. Allow for that sort of stretch to happen right here on the hip. Switch legs, bend the other knee, drop that hip. Get that openness here. Good. From here, just shake it out. Nicely done. You did a great job.
Find a place in your home with a step or stairs, ideally with a handrail. Perhaps you might have a step near your fireplace. Some students use a yoga block.
So as you set yourself up, you could use a set of stairs with a railing on it. That would probably be most ideal so you can hold on to something, as well as you can use a banister if that helps you. You don't need to hold on to something if you don't want to. Or one of the areas that a lot of people have inside is the mantle of their fireplace. So if it's an elevated surface, you could use that as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set ourselves up to where we're going to place our right foot on the step. And what I want you to do is just come up to where you're shifting your weight on that elevated surface, and then you're just lifting and evening out the hips. And I know this angle isn't perfect, but you can probably see by the line of my shirt that I can drop that opposite hip and I can elevate it up to level. So you're just kind of just seeing what it feels like. I personally like a slightly bent knee, and I'm holding here. 5, 4, if I needed to hold on to something, it would just be a little less of a challenge. 3, 2, and 1. Take a little bit of break. For me, I feel already a little bit of a quiver there in that hip. My left hip this is my stronger hip. I'm going to go to the other side and give you an idea what that looks like. I'm just simply going to turn around so it's easier for you to see the contrast. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and try to lift up to that level position as best as I would think it would be level. Then from here, I'm going to slightly unhike it and then hike it back up and then slightly bend the knee. And I'm going to hold here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, lowering down. And I'm just going to try to do that again on the first side, and this time add a little bit more of a challenge if I'm feeling more comfortable with it. Of course, again, you can hold on to something, a banister, a railing. You're going to kind of sink down. You're kind of lower, and so you could even keep your toes on the ground and then simply just lift the feet up a little bit. 1, 2, so notice the supporting leg is bent. 3, 4, 5, come back up to the top to even out those hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down, 5, 4, 3, my foot is just barely hovering if I can, if I need to put the toe down, 2, and 1, good job. So it's a little bit of a challenge. Let's go to that second side. Coming up, evening up, finding that top position. Now from here, come down a little, bending that the elevated leg, and then just sort of hovering here, just holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come all the way up to that top position. Pause. Sink. 5, barely hovering. 4, 3, eyes glued to something that's not moving. 2, and 1. Good job taking a break. Nicely done.
Time to go to prone on all fours. Please choose a light band if you want to. I would like for you to take a very light band in your collection and place it underneath your right knee. Making sure that it feels super secure underneath your right knee, you're going to place that left leg and extend it out all the way. Place the right hand across your heart. Oh, grab the band. Place your right hand across your heart and hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, take the left foot to 7 o'clock. Put your hand with the band in it behind your ear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to center. So left leg is at 6 o'clock. Right hand goes to 12. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to the diagonal line. Diagonal line. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. 1. Diagonal line. 1. Back to center. 2. Diagonal line. 2. Back to center. 3. Diagonal line. 3. Back to center. 4. Diagonal line. 4. Back to center. 5. Diagonal line. 5. And hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Of course, you can do it without the band if you don't want to. Okay, so for those of you who are choosing to use that light band, this time we're moving it over to our left knee. It's hard when you use these bands because they have different lengths, and you want to make sure that you're not creating an asymmetry. So roughly around the same spot that you put your leg on, make sure you're squaring your hips over your knees. Right leg is straightened out and lifted. Option to take that band across your heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to diagonal line, left hand behind your ear. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Take that left arm straight. Left hand is at 12 o'clock. Foot is at 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure your shoulder's not sinking. Go diagonal line. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. 1. Diagonal line. 1. Back to center. 2. Diagonal line. 2. Back to center. 3. Diagonal line. 3. Back to center. 4. Diagonal line. 4. Back to center. 5. Diagonal line. 5. We're holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Push back to that child's pose, forming a pillow for your head with your hands. Okay, we're going to army crawl, scooting your body forward all the way. Taking your forehead down, forming a pillow with your hands, or if you tend to feel like that creates too much tension in your neck, you can remove the hands and put the forehead towards the mat if you'd like. All right, let's take this in two parts, upper body and lower body. So let's frame the chest, shimmy, slide forward to decompress the spine, lengthen the head and heart. Really feel that space through the vertebrae. Pause, turn your head to the right. Turn the head to the left. Make sure the neck is pretty neutral rather than up high, cranking it here. Nice and neutral for that body awareness. Good. From here, shimmy, slide just a little for that extension. Good. Feeling those ribs stay down for the first part, lower down. All right, from here, hands slide towards the armpits. Sliding, decompressing, lengthen, lift. Okay, you may begin to straighten out the arms. Try your best not to lock out the elbows. Pause. Begin to peel the heart as you go into that back extension. Pause. Come halfway down. Maybe even sliding the hands a little so you can feel that weight onto the back of the arms. This is triceps. 1, 2, little back extension. 3, 4, 5, lower down all the way. Take a pause here. All right. Okay, so from here, it's really important to remind you that in this part of the series, we want to make sure that your tailbone is tucked under. So for many of us, in order for us to not feel that pain in our low back, we really want to make sure we're pulling in our belly, tucking our tail a little under. Now we're going to lengthen, separate our feet, and while we're still keeping that scoop, rather than on that back extension, we're going to scoop the tailbone under and then lift each of the legs to fire the glutes, okay? So from here, we're going to form that pillow for our head. Take a pause here, scoop the tailbone under, separate the legs, lift only the right leg. 1, lower down. Switch, left leg. 1, lower down. Tail tucked under. 2, lower down. 2, lower down. 3, lower down. 3, lower down. From here, 4, lower down. 4, lower down. Last one, 5, hold here. 5, aiming for that glute. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower it down, other leg. Tuck the tail under, left leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. Lower down, pause. Rock the hips side to side. Let's see if we can fire both of them. Tuck that tail under. Separate the feet. Lift. Pilates, we tend to point the feet instead of curl the toes under and open up like we do in yoga. 1, 2, 3. Slide the hands, lengthen, lift. See if we can engage both. Right hand goes to salute. Left hand goes to salute. Pause. 5 of them here. 1, make sure it's not going into your low back. 2, not here. 3, 4, good job. Lower down all the way. Taking a pause.
Drawing your hips down into child's pose. Taking a moment here to tuck your tail under. Feel the tail anchoring in the direction of your feet. Getting a little stretch for your low back. Inhale, coming up onto all fours. Take a moment here as we explore our cow position, which is dropping our belly downward, opening the heart, expanding the upper back. Exhale, scoop, take that tailbone, drive it under, walk the hands gently towards the knees, and feel that deeper stretch into that low back. Inhale, opening the heart, allowing for that extension of the spine. Thinking about the neck being neutral.
Exhale, scoop the tailbone under. Feel that nice stretch for that low back. I like to walk the hands just a little closer. Good. From here, draw the right knee in the direction of the right elbow, getting a little bit of a C shape to the right. Switch sides, allow the left hip to drop to the left elbow as you go C shape to the left. Good. From here, coming back to center, again, finding that place where your shoulders are over your wrists. You're going to curl the toes under and you're going to come into your hover. So this is where your legs, your knees come up off the mat, and we're just going to hold here as we lengthen through the crown of the head. 10 breaths. 9, 8, 7. Hips higher make it easier. Hips lower, knees kind of close to the ground makes it easier. 4 breaths. 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down, relax your feet, shift your hips forward, going into what we call our down stretch. So in Pilates, we draw the heart forward, aiming the heart, feeling that tail tucking still inward. A good way to do this to make sure it doesn't go into your back is to tighten up your glutes, pull in the belly, shoulders down and away from the floor. Pause here, turn your head, look to the right, turn your head and look to the left. Good. Come back to center, pause. Let's go back up onto all fours, just kind of finding that sort of cat shape, getting those hands right back underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under, lift up into your down dog, or we call this up stretch in Pilates. Draw the nose in the direction of the toes. Find that connection. Allow the length to happen through the wrists all the way down to your tailbone. I like to bend the knees to kind of pedal the feet, dropping down the right heel, straightening out the right knee. Lift up high on the tippy toes. Draw the left heel down. Feel that length. Drop both heels down, feeling that stretch through the calves. And from here, let's take a moment as we shift the weight forward as we go into our regular plank. Shoulders over the wrist. Feet together makes it harder. Feet wider is easier. From here, tuck the tail under and feel that energy into your belly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Counting for each number. Exhaling for each number. Okay, coming back to center, go back onto all fours position. Shift the hips over to that 3 o'clock position. Feel that stretch. If you want to, you can even typewriter your hands to the right as well, following the belly. Good. Come back to center. Typewriter your hands over to the left. Good. Hips are going to that 9 o'clock position. Great. Coming back to center and drop those hips down as you make your way back to that child's pose.
Next, we're going to go to supine or belly up with a chair or ottoman underneath your feet. Take a moment to secure it against a wall or against the couch, or use the couch.
At this point in time, we're going to do some pelvic curls with your feet on an elevated surface. If you don't have an elevated surface like a chair or a small ottoman, you can put your feet up against the wall if you'd like, as you just try to figure out how you can scoop the tailbone under and push the hips up. The whole idea is to get spinal articulation in your pelvic curl, and but to definitely not put pressure on the back of the neck. And that's one of the reasons why the hands on those arms pushing downwards give a little extra support. So as you make your way down, make sure that the item that you have is not going to be pushed away. It's not going to give. I have mine up against some poles, which is on the end of my Pilates tower, but you could use a wall if needed. Hands by your sides. Take a moment here as you allow for your head to be forward and looking up towards the sky. Scoop the tailbone under.
Feel that deepness of that pelvic curl, that flattening out of the low back in what we call our one position. Lift the tailbone up a little bit higher. 2, 3, 4, 5 to that position. Make sure you're not arcing that back. Pausing here and really feel that articulation as you support with those arms coming down. 5, 4, like tape is coming down. 3, 2, 1, 0. Take a pause here. Rock the hips side to side. Always a good position for feeling that length and articulation to help deal with arthritis of the back. Let's do it again. Scoop tailbone under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, you can go ahead, go right knee to tabletop. Let's lower the hips down. Down and push up. 1. Down and push up. 2. Down and push up. 3. Down and push up. 4. Down and up. 5. Right leg straight and swing it down. Point and flex. 1. Point as you go down, flex as you come up. 2, down and up. 3, down and up. 4, down and up. 5, circle, draw that letter D. 1 and 2, keep the hips steady. 3, 4, make the circle smaller if it's hard. Put the foot down, even out the hips. That kind of gives you an idea of which one's strong. Hips slowly come down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, take a moment, make sure your neck is not feeling strained. Okay, always, always really important. Now let's go the other side. Hands by your sides. Scoop the tailbone under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left leg to tabletop, lower raise. Down, up. 1, down, up. 2, down, up. 3, down, up. 4, down, up. 5. Left leg straighten, point and flex. 1, down and up. 2, down and up. 3, down and up. 4, down and up. 5. Out of circle. 1, circle. 2, circle. 3. Look at those hips. 4, 5. And the knee. Put the foot down. Even out. Take those hips down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break.
Next up is 100s. Option to use that light band.
As you make your way to hundreds today, you might want to consider grabbing your lightest band that you have so that you can intensify the experience by drawing into your lats, pressing downward, as opposed to pulsing your hands this time. Think about how close you want your knees to your chest or farther to make it harder. We'll draw our body into tabletop, placing the band over the knees. Inhale here, really focusing that back to be as flat as possible. Drawing the hands as deep as you feel comfortable with. To make it harder, your feet go outward, trying to still maintain that flat back. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're allowed to lift your heart, you can. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. To make it easier, pull your knees in. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicely done.
Come up to seated for a teaser challenge.
Take a moment here as we get ready for some closing out of our practice. We're going to put our hands out in front. Knees are bent.
placing our heels down onto that mat. Hinge back and just sort of see what it feels like to kind of find that intensity and that connection with your belly. Before it gets too hard, make sure that you don't go back too far, that it makes it so it seems impossible for you to move the arms. From here, we're going to take a moment and just see if we can take that right knee up to tabletop. Breathe here. Take the right arm and reach it back as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Put that hand down. Switch arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Put the hand down. Put the foot down. Pause. Take a little bit of a break by going soles of the feet together. Pushing the knees out. Place those hands back behind you. Hinge and feel that length through those inner thighs. Good. From here, coming back to center. Let's go repeat that on the other side. Knees coming together. Hands reaching forward. Zip your belly in tight. Don't go back so much that your back begins to round. Lengthen through that spine. Get the head back as well. Take that left leg and lift up. Using that hip flexor just a tad bit. Ready? Left arm goes as well. 5, 4. If it's too hard, drop the arm forward. 3, 2, 1. Switch arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Put it down. Take the feet down. Again, this time, let's go ahead and see what it feels like to kick the legs out wide. Hinge forward. Feel that length through the inner thighs. Widen them out more if that feels right for you. Point the feet. Push into the hands. Peel the toes back. Point the feet. Push into the hands. Peel the toes back. Great. From here, let's bring both legs together. This time, taking a moment to see what it feels like to have both feet together, toes together, knees together, feet together, okay? Like this. Ready? You could go down onto your forearms. That is an easier variation, okay? So easier here, kick out the feet. Drop the legs down, zip the belly in as tight as seems possible. Right when it gets to the hard part, you can hang out. 1, 2, 3, toes together, 4, 5. Good. Take a pause here, bring those knees in. Let's try it if you feel more comfortable with this or want to try this variation. You can come up to seated, making sure those elbows are bent, fingertips are forward. Knees together, big toes together. Shift, lift. As you lower the legs down, it will get harder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Don't let it get into your back. Well done. Grab a looped band for this part and lie belly up. So we've done a lot of videos related to, or exercises related to outer hips, and I wanted to demonstrate this one to you. It's a slight variation of the one we do seated. I'm lying on my back. I'm placed the band around my feet and my knees are at tabletop. Taking a moment here to look down at my feet. My left foot is not going to move, and I'm going to try to see if I can take my right knee and my foot out as far as makes sense for you without moving this left one. We're going to go 1, coming in. Exhale, 2, coming in. Out, 3, coming in. Out, 4, coming in. Out, 5, and in. 3 more. 6, and in. 7, and in. And 8. Let's see if we can hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. Let's take a moment. You can put the feet down for a pause. We'll go to the other side. Both legs are lifted, trying to keep your your right leg from moving this time. We're going all the way out. 8. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. 6. Try to not Kerplunk it back nice and slowly. And 5. And returning. Exhale, 4. And return. And 3. And return. And 2. And return. And 1. Let's see if we can hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If your legs are shaking like mine, they're just not used to doing this movement. Nicely done.